You may be cultivating a dangerous habit every day without even realizing it. And the worst part, this behavior, as common as brushing your teeth, is silently compromising your brain health, especially if you're over 65. The good news is that there's a simple, practical, and affordable way to reverse this and protect your brain health with a single daily adjustment. And that's exactly what you're going to discover here. 1. Skipping water when you wake up. Waking up and not drinking water is like trying to start a car with an empty tank. During sleep, the body loses fluids silently through breathing, sweating, and even digestion, which remains active. And what's left? Thicker, denser blood that circulates with more difficulty and demands much more from the heart. This state, often overlooked, creates a favorable environment for clot formation, something that, after 40, can become a serious and sudden problem. Now, imagine this scenario being worsened by a cup of coffee on an empty stomach. Yes, coffee, which many consider a sacred morning ritual, can be a silent trap when consumed before hydration. It intensifies the existing dehydration, increases heart rate, and puts even more strain on the heart pump. It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. Instead, the first act of the day should be a generous glass of warm water with lemon. Simple, cheap, powerful. Drinking water right after waking up isn't just a whim. It's a biological necessity. It's a gesture of care that reverberates throughout the entire body. You can leave a water bottle next to your bed as a reminder. Small habits like this, added up over time, keep your arteries more flexible, your blood more fluid, and your brain better nourished. And let's face it, it costs nothing. It just requires attention and intention. If there's a secret to aging healthily, it starts with this often ignored detail. Drinking water upon waking is the first yes you give to your body every day. Don't wait to feel thirsty. When it appears, it's because the body is already suffering. Prevention begins with the first sip, silent, yet extremely effective. So, before any sip of coffee, take a deep breath, sit calmly on the bed, and drink that glass of water like you're making a pact with life. It's a simple gesture, but with a profound impact. Those who cultivate this habit reduce cardiovascular risks and strengthen their own balance. Remember, your blood deserves to flow like a calm river, not like a dense swamp. 2. Getting out of bed abruptly. Many people don't realize it, but jumping out of bed as if leaping from a trampoline is a dangerous mistake. The body has been at rest for hours, with slower circulation, and needs time to wake up. When we get up abruptly, blood pressure can plummet and dizziness can sneak in. This is the kind of carelessness that can lead to a serious fall in the bathroom, a real and avoidable risk, especially after age 60. The blood flow to the brain doesn't keep up with this sudden movement, which can cause momentary instability, blurred vision, or even fainting. And believe it, all this can happen before you even brush your teeth. As we age, arteries lose elasticity and the brain becomes more sensitive to pressure changes. It's like handling a delicate device. Any sudden movement can cause a short circuit. That's why the tip is simple and powerful. Wake up, take a deep breath, and sit on the bed for 30 to 60 seconds before getting up completely. Take that moment to stretch. Feel your body slowly loosen up. It's like saying good morning to your organs, muscles, and heart. This little morning ritual helps the body adjust to gravity and significantly reduces the risks of falls and fainting. In some cases, dizziness upon standing can be the first sign of something more serious, such as a fluctuation in blood pressure or even the onset of a silent stroke. Don't underestimate these alerts. Listen to what your body has to say first thing in the morning. Rushing can be costly, and there's nothing more precious than your stability, especially when your body is still waking up. Start the day respecting your own rhythm. Give your body the time it deserves. Those over 40 know the value of a careful gesture. And getting up slowly is one of those gestures that, though simple, has the power to preserve your life. In the end, the secret isn't waking up fast, it's waking up well. 3. Skipping breakfast or eating too much sugar. Skipping breakfast is like trying to cross a long road with an empty tank. During the night, the body keeps working, regulating hormones, repairing tissues, processing memories. When you wake up, it needs fuel, and not just any fuel, but something that stabilizes energy and circulation. Skipping this meal directly affects vascular stability, causing fluctuations in blood pressure that, over time, overload the cardiovascular system. Now, just as bad as skipping breakfast is starting the day with too much sugar. Cakes, processed cereals, artificial juices, all of these seem harmless, but they cause blood sugar spikes, and when glucose rises quickly, blood pressure rises along with it, in a domino effect that wears out the arteries. It's like throwing gasoline on a fire that's just getting started. After 40, the body doesn't tolerate these shocks as well. It needs consistency, gentler stimulation. The right morning choice isn't about cutting everything, but about knowing how to balance. Prefer scrambled eggs, fruits with oats, a slice of whole grain bread with avocado spread, or natural yogurt with chia. These nourish without harming. They're foods that offer gradual energy and help blood flow smoothly. Avoiding processed foods early on is like taking a weight off your circulatory system. Lightness in the body begins with lightness on the plate. A well-thought-out breakfast can mean the difference between a productive day and a sluggish one. And more than that, it's a silent ally against strokes and hypertension. The first foods of the day influence the entire functioning of the body, even your mood. Trading sugar for protein, fiber, and healthy fat is like swapping quicksand for solid ground. Over time, these adjustments become routine, and the body responds with more energy, less dizziness, and greater stability. And look, this doesn't mean living in a food prison. It's about taking care of yourself consciously. The pleasure of food remains, only now with intelligence. After all, brain health starts in the gut, and breakfast is the first conversation between the two. 4. Stretching or twisting your neck abruptly. Many people wake up and, on impulse, stretch their neck from side to side, even hearing that famous crack. It seems harmless, but this action can be a real risk, especially as the years go by. The neck holds extremely delicate arteries responsible for carrying blood directly to the brain. Any abrupt movement there is like shaking a fragile water pipe. And when it cracks, the risk of clots increases, and with them, the risk of a stroke. When we twist the neck abruptly, we can create internal micro-injuries without even noticing. And believe it, this is more common than it seems. The problem is that, unlike a muscle pain that shows up quickly, these injuries can evolve silently. A clot can form days later and move, reaching the brain like a thief that arrives without warning. That's why, upon waking, every movement needs to be respectful of the body that has just awakened. If you want to stretch, great, but do it slowly. Keep your spine straight, take a deep breath, and move your neck like you're dancing with it. No sharp or impulsive movements. Stretch as if you're savoring a fine wine. Slowly, with attention. A simple example is to gently bring your chin to your chest, then slightly tilt your head from side to side without rushing. This stimulates circulation without causing harm. Morning rush is often the biggest villain. We want to save time, but often that's what makes us lose it. Or worse, the body no longer works like it did at 20. It needs a new language, a different kind of listening. A poorly moved neck can trigger an unexplained headache or sudden dizziness days later. So, when you wake up, treat your neck as you would something very valuable. With care, each artery there is like a vital road delivering oxygen to the brain. Moving with caution is more than prevention. It's a way to thank your body for another day. After all, we're not here just to survive. We're here to live well. 5. Starting the day stressed or anxious. Starting the day with a racing heart, restless mind, and 1,000 worries spinning in your head is like driving a car with the handbrake on. You might move, but you're straining everything inside. Morning stress triggers the release of the well-known cortisol, the hormone that prepares the body to face danger. But in excess, it becomes a villain. It constricts blood vessels, raises blood pressure, and overburdens the heart. It's an invisible trap that forms daily, quietly. This constant state of alert builds up over time, creating a kind of silent inflammation that compromises overall vascular health. The body stays in war mode even when everything around is calm. Over the years, this pattern accelerates artery wear and increases the risk of a stroke. It's like living with a ticking time bomb in your chest, and many people only notice when it explodes. The good news is that this can be disarmed with simple, conscious choices. Creating a calming morning ritual changes everything. It could be something like listening to soft music while having coffee, writing down 3 things you're grateful for, or simply soaking up the sun on the porch for a few minutes. Small pauses that tell your body, everything's okay. This reduces cortisol, calms your heartbeat, and protects your circulatory system. It's like tending to an inner garden every day with care. Remember, the day may get hectic, but the beginning of it is yours. When you master that start, the rest fits more easily. Anxiety isn't fought with more rush, but with presence. It's not about becoming a monk, but about creating moments of peace between one thought and another. So, before opening your phone and drowning in news, breathe. Before replying to messages or thinking about problems, take your time. No one dies from waiting 5 minutes, but many get sick from always living in urgency. Those who plant serenity in the morning harvest balance all day long. And that, in the long run, is what wards off disease and brings longevity closer. 6. Ignoring symptoms like dizziness and headaches upon waking. Many people wake up with a mild headache or brief dizziness and are already used to ignoring it. It must just be fatigue, they think. But these signs, especially in the morning, are like alarms the body sets off to warn that something is out of place. They can indicate poor brain oxygenation or unregulated blood pressure during the night. And when the warning is ignored, the risk quietly grows day after day. Waking up with these symptoms regularly is something that deserves immediate attention. It's not normal to live like this. The body speaks, and when it whispers, it's to avoid having to shout. These signs can precede bigger problems, like a silent stroke, an arrhythmia, or an imbalance in cerebral circulation. A practical example: if you wake up dizzy more than twice a week, or if the headache always comes at the same time, start a symptom journal. Take notes, observe patterns, and bring that to your doctor. It helps with diagnosis and prevention, and more. Check your blood pressure upon waking at least twice a week. Digital devices are affordable and save lives when used wisely. It's no exaggeration to say that paying attention to these details can change the course of your health. How many people only discover a problem when it's already an emergency? Ignoring morning symptoms is like driving with broken headlights on a winding road. You might reach your destination, but the risks are huge. Take care of yourself like someone who knows their own worth. You deserve that care. Be the guardian of your body from the first hours of the day. Pains, dizziness, discomfort. All of this is valuable information. Treating these signs as something normal is one of the gravest and, unfortunately, most frequent mistakes. Those who value these alerts live longer and live better. Listening to the body is an act of intelligence, not fear. 7. Taking blood pressure medication on an empty stomach. Many people wake up and immediately take their blood pressure medication, the famous morning pill. But few realize this habit, when done on an empty stomach, can be dangerous. Without food, the medication acts faster, which might seem good, but in reality, it can cause a sudden blood pressure drop. When this happens, blood circulation to the brain falters, leading to dizziness, fainting, or even silent strokes. This sharp drop becomes even riskier when combined with dehydration or poor sleep. The body wakes up already weakened, and without food to slow the medication's absorption, the effect can be too strong. It's like lighting a fireplace with gasoline. The fire comes fast, but uncontrollably. After 40, the body loses some of its self-regulation ability, so you must prepare the ground before medicating. The best choice? Create a small morning ritual. Something light, a slice of whole grain bread with olive oil, a banana, or a handful of nuts. This helps the body absorb the medication more gradually and safely. And of course, never skip medical supervision. Each body is unique, and some medications have specific instructions. But the general rule is clear: never take pills on an empty stomach, especially blood pressure meds. Many blame dizziness on the medication itself, overlooking how they take it. Confusion follows, adjusting doses, changing schedules, thinking the drug doesn't agree with them. Often, the issue lies in the routine, not the pill. A small snack beforehand can make all the difference. A simple act of care that protects the body before demanding its response to SO before swallowing that pill. Eat, even just a little. Treat this with the same seriousness as taking the medication. It's a small step that pays off immensely. Health isn't just about what we do, but how we do it. An empty stomach might seem harmless, but it's the perfect stage for side effects nobody wants. Point 8. Remaining sitting too long after waking up. Waking up and sitting for long minutes, whether scrolling through your phone or mustering energy to get up, might seem innocent, but it's another deceptive habit. After hours of immobility during sleep, the body needs gentle movement to wake up. Circulation. Staying still right after waking disrupts this process, slowing blood flow and increasing clotting risks. Yes, even this seemingly simple act can affect your cardiovascular system. As we age, the body relies more on movement to function well. The heart needs muscles help to pump blood efficiently. When we stay sedentary, especially in the same position, veins become overworked and brain oxygenation suffers. This raises risks for thrombosis, varicose veins, strokes, and even cognitive issues. Waking should be active, not passive. The solution is practical. After waking, sit on the bed for a few seconds, as previously mentioned, then rise slowly. Do light movements, stretch your arms, roll your shoulders, walk around for 2 minutes. It's also the perfect moment to open a window and breathe the morning air. A gentle dance with your body, like an internal good morning. This activates circulation without overexertion. Resist the urge to dive into social media or news immediately. Beyond fueling stress, this prolongs immobility and locks you into a posture that harms you. A body that wakes with movement sends positive signals to the brain. We're ready to live. Over time, this strengthens the nervous system, circulation, and even mood. Next time you wake up, fight the urge to sit idle. Make your body your first appointment of the day with lightness, awareness, and gratitude. Movement is your greatest health ally after 40. The earlier you move in the morning, the more alive your body will feel all day. 9. Immediate exposure to negative news or arguments. Waking up and immediately diving into bad news or starting the day with arguments is like putting rocks in your shoes before leaving home. The brain, upon waking, is in transition, sensitive, receptive, still adjusting to the news cycle. Exposing yourself to negative content first thing triggers the body's alarm system, spiking stress, constricting blood vessels, and straining the heart. All this happens before your coffee even cools. This constant activation of emergency mode gradually weakens the cardiovascular system. Day after day, the body operates under siege, silently undermining vascular health. It's like pouring gasoline on your thoughts. Worst of all, most people don't even notice the effect. It becomes an automatic habit, an addiction to emotional adrenaline that demands a steep price, paid too late. The solution is to protect your first waking hours like sacred territory. Instead of grabbing your phone and drowning in chaos, begin with something uplifting, inspiring reading, soft music, a moment of silence or gratitude. This sets the tone for the day. For example, reading passages from books like The Miracle Morning or The Power of Now early can reprogram your mental state. The ripple effect appears in your arteries, mood, and even memory. Of course, you can't escape the world, but you can choose when and how to engage. If certain people or content routinely throw you off balance first thing, reconsider that contact. A day born in silence can be ruined by one aggressive message or fear-laden headline. Choose nourishment over drainage. Ultimately, it's about cultivating an inner environment that guards your peace. What happens internally directly manifests externally. Brain health, blood pressure, emotional well-being are all intertwined. And it all starts with what you allow into your mind upon opening your eyes. Point 10. Sleeping with head fully flat or unelevated. Sleeping with your head completely flat might feel comfortable but hides silent dangers. During sleep, the body rests for hours, and when the head is level with the body, fluids pool in the cranial region. This impairs brain circulation, hinders drainage, and may contribute to morning headaches, heaviness, or even elevated eye pressure. That pillow position matters more than most realize. Moreover, lying totally flat worsens reflux and oxygenation, especially for those with sleep apnea or snoring. These disruptions don't just ruin rest. They compromise oxygen flow to the brain, increasing risks of micro wake-ups. nighttime hypertension, and long-term stroke. A poorly placed pillow can become a chronic problem hiding under your sheets. The fix is simpler than it seems. Slightly elevate the head of your bed or use an orthopedic pillow to maintain proper head-torso alignment. No engineering degree required. A few centimeters make all the difference. A slight incline improves venous return and brain blood distribution. A passive adjustment with active health benefits. Those over 60 know good sleep isn't just about duration but quality. The right posture contributes to restorative sleep, lighter mornings, and fewer aches. If you wake with a heavy head or puffy eyes, try adjusting your pillow tonight. Often, the solution lies in a centimeter, not new medications. Sleep is sacred. Repair time. Make it an ally, not a risk. Sleeping fully flat might seem trivial, but over years, this small error extracts a heavy toll. The beauty of care lies here, tweaking what seems minor to protect what's immense, your brain health and your life. Did you notice how many small, seemingly harmless habits might be compromising your health daily? If this content opened your eyes, share it with someone you love. Information saves lives, but only when put into practice. Drop a comment below. Which habit will you change first? Were any already part of your routine without you realizing? Let's talk about it.